2003 to 2017. We do obviously frame-off restorations. We've done 330 NCRS Top Flight Bloomington Gold cars, and this is just one of the cars we did for Collin. We've been doing this for about 25 years, and I've been involved in Corvettes for about 40 years. And we've had a lot of participants in this project, which I would like to thank everybody. A lot of the vendors are here. One of the reasons we rushed to get this car here is we wanted every vendor to see what actually they contributed to. And everybody, even in the audience, everybody contributed to this car. It wasn't just us, it was everybody. So I really want to thank everybody who was involved in it. Most of the major vendors. I'll give you a little bit of the story of what happened. So when Collin and his grandfather Larry came to our shop, the Make-A-Wish Foundation had contacted me and asked me if I would do an evaluation for them. And I was like, absolutely. So they came in, we saw the car, we met Collin and his grandfather. We immediately made a connection and decided, even after they left, we knew we were going to do the car. We never told them, but we kind of knew it had to be done. So, so what we did the next day, which was Sunday, because we did the evaluation on Saturday, is I went and came back into the shop and I put together a master list of everything I needed. And then what I did was on Monday at 8 o'clock in the morning till 6 o'clock at night, I called all the vendors listed on the sign there, and every single person contributed. That says a lot about our Corvette community. It's unbelievable. The response of what we got, I was floored, to be honest. So I just want to again thank everybody, and thank everybody in the audience too, who's buying parts from all these vendors, because that's what made it possible. There's a couple other people I would like to thank. Of course, the people from my shop who actually worked on this, because a lot of people came in on their own time and did stuff. So that was a big effort. I want to thank Charlie from Auto Body Dimensions, because he worked hand in hand with me on doing the paint and body of the car, and we are the biggest pain in the butt you can imagine. So it all worked out. The only other thing is, I know that the Corvette Club of America was interested in making Collin an honorary member of the Corvette Club of America, and I know they're here to give it to him.
Collin, where are you, my friend? There he is. You are an honorary member of the Corvette Club of America. Everything that goes along with it. Thank you, Collin. Thank you, Tim.
And there are a lot of people, and some of the backstory, by the way, I know we went right into Tony and everything that they did here, but it's a true family story. I mean, Corvettes at Carlisle is based on family, with Chip Miller founding not only Carlisle Events, but Corvettes at Carlisle, with Lance now overseeing the event and second generation of ownership. Bill Miller, of course, involved, and his son, Bill III. So the Corvette community, Carlisle Events, we're all about family. But it starts with the Brown family as well. I'll ask Collin's grandfather to come over, because as the story has been told, I think it needs to be told from this man's point of view. We've all had a grandfather, we've all had someone special in our lives that have led us down a certain road, and I'll just give you the microphone, sir, and you can explain a little bit of the story, the car, your connection with Collin, and how we got to be where we are today.
Thank you. The car, I bought this car when I was 19 years old, the same age as Collin. The dealership held the car for me for $1. I mean, that's all I had. I had $4 in my pocket. So the guy says, give me the $4. And I said, no, you're not getting all my money. So I gave him $1, and he held the car until my other car, which had been totaled, the insurance was squared away and all. And then the car started making its long journey to Collin. When Collin was a little guy, my daughter wanted the car, and I probably messed up there a little bit. But when Collin came along when he was a little guy, I promised him the car. And granddaddies keep their promise. So when he turned 16, I brought a model of a Corvette over to the house. And, you know, it was in a big bag and all, and I hand him the bag, and he takes it out, and it's blue just like this. It's an older model, you know, because the person that gave me the present didn't know the year of my car. But in any event, it was blue like this and everything, and I said, Collin, I promised you a Corvette at 16, here it is. And he didn't look happy. And then I told him, Collin, open the trunk, because that car had a trunk. And when he opened the trunk, the keys were empty. So that's how Collin got the car. A year later, and it was meant to be a project car for him and his dad, to you know, do some bonding and work on the car together and have a good time. I've had a lot of fun in this car, and it's a great car. Well, it is now. It didn't look this way 6 months ago. In any event, Collin then came down with cancer at
17.
A year later, and the world turned upside down for a little bit, and we sort of got off track on everything. You know, it wasn't the same thing anymore. Well, and then, thank God, you know, after 9+ hours of surgery, God, 100 days in intensive care and everything else, and, you know, like forever to get home. He's on the mend. And everything is looking good, and, you know, God willing, it'll keep looking good. So, then came Make-A-Wish. Make-A-Wish sent my daughter to one guy, and he was less than nice. He said, oh, $30,000 just to paint it, you know. And we said, okay, thank you, and we left. And then Make-A-Wish found this gentleman. This man right here is unbelievable. You know, when he found him, my daughter said, Dad, you know, we have to do something with one of the other kids for college, I believe it was. Could you take Collin to meet Tony and let him look at the Corvette? And I said, yeah, a chance to drive the old vet, you know, I'm gone. And the ride down, I'm thinking, you know, am I going to need a tow truck to get home? You know, it's like Corvettes are not, the old Corvettes weren't real smooth riding. This one was even worse. To make a long story short, we should pull into Tony's shop, and Tony comes out with that, where's that smile? That smile right there. And right then and there, I knew whether he was going to fix the car or not. I met a hell of a guy. You know, he took Collin by the hand and walked him into the shop. Walked him around, showed him everything there was to see, and showed me too, by the way. Got Collin a chair and then said, you know, can I put the car up on the lift? And I said, yeah, put the car up on the lift while I care, you know. Maybe it'll fall off and get broken. He puts it up and he gets this kind of grim look on his face. And you know, he says, you know, right now it's about, what's he tell me, $8,000 car? You know, he says it needs a lot of help. And so he started a list, and when I left, the list was about 4 pages long. And I said to myself, yeah, well, that takes care of it. I said, you know, Tony, I said, you know, Make-A-Wish doesn't do mechanical stuff. And he looked at me with that grin of his, and he said, you let me worry about Make-A-Wish. And you know what? Here it is, and we never worried anymore. Thank you.
Certainly a great story, and Make-A-Wish Mid-Atlantic helped make this happen. The family is here, and we'll get some final words from Collin. You look at this car, young man. Your grandfather's done so much for you. Tony's done a lot for you guys, the Corvette community, and Make-A-Wish Mid-Atlantic as well. What are your feelings on this? Speechless, speechless, man. Well, we appreciate it, soft-spoken through the recovery, but a round of applause for everyone that was involved here. You know, Tony mentioned the companies. Well, let's take a look and we'll try and go down the list. Snake Oil Products, Auto Body Dimensions, Electric Limited Inc., K&B Special Products, Quanta Products, Lone Star Caliper Company, Make-A-Wish Mid-Atlantic, Paragon Corvette Reproduction, Corvette Central, Corvette America, Bears Corvettes, Al Knock Interiors, 4 Speeds by Darrell, DeWitt's Radiator, Air Park Auto Masters, Labrandi's Plating, Ultimate Powder Coating, CSC Reproduction Corvette Parts, Grable Sandblasting, EC Products, Tire World Frederick, Keen Parts, Restorations by Carl, Tony's Corvette Shop, Carlisle Events, Radial Tire Company of Silver Spring, Maryland, Glass America, and United Printing Media Graphics. They are, of course, behind the sign here. But just an amazing job by everybody involved, and what can you say? He's right, speechless, right? So a round of applause for everybody involved.
I just want to thank 2 other people. Jody Morrison from Carlisle Productions and Lance Miller for putting this on. They really put it all together and made it happen. That's all for you.
All right, Collin's dad has a few comments. And by the way, this car is going to be in our downtown Corvette parade tonight. So if you didn't get a chance to get up close and see it now, you can see it tonight with Grandpa behind the wheel and Collin in the passenger seat. We'll hand the microphone over, though, to Collin's dad for a few comments as well.
So I had written a whole speech, but between Larry and Tony going over everything, you guys have heard the story. But the one thing that I wanted to get up and say is, and I knew this was going to happen, but we have about 40 people here today just to support Collin. From the start, when we found out on a Wednesday and then we were in surgery the next day, the waiting room was full of family and friends. So without our family and friends supporting us, we could have never made it through this. But one of the real amazing things that we witnessed throughout this was the kindness of strangers, from nurses, doctors, everything. But leading us to Tony is just amazing. So one of the unique things that happened during this, when Larry left Tony's and he came back and he explained what was going on, he said, you know, I doubt this is going to happen, but you guys should take the time to call Tony and tell him thanks, because he's just a great guy. And really, after we got to meet Tony and we met Charlie and the guys at Auto Body Dimensions, the really cool thing was everybody we met was genuinely happy to be part of this project. There was nobody there that was acting like it was a job or that they didn't want to do it. I mean, everybody was great. They were super kind to Collin. They took time out of their day to give him tours of the shop and everything. And really, it's just amazing, the people that we've met. And then the last thing I wanted is all the people that are here supporting Collin, I want to hear you guys give these guys a great round of applause, because these guys are amazing.
And I was just told by Lance Miller that this car, Collin, access to Corvettes at Carlisle for life. So, welcome back anytime, young man. We can't wait to see this car on the fun field in 2018 and beyond, and we look forward to having it downtown as part of the parade tonight. So thank you, everybody. If you'd like to take your pictures, please do so. We are going to move forward with our stage activities here with the presentation of the Spring Mountain Motor Resort giveaway, our promotion